Hello, everyone, and thanks for listening. Together, we will practice guided meditation as long as you want. Wherever you are, as long as you can block off this moment, doesn't matter. For oneself, without any other obligations or outside distractions. So whether you're standing or already in bed, spend some time indulging in as much comfort as you can find in this. Perhaps moving the cushion behind your head or giving yourself some alone time. An extra blanket. Pay attention to your requirements and to you. Is there anything else you can do here to provide for what you require exactly? So that I may unwind and enjoy this session a little bit more. If you haven't already done so, lower your gaze or soften your expression. If it's more comfortable, you could even place an eye cushion and even close your eyes. One of the requirements for peace is darkness over your eyes in the body, so you can examine it and determine if it is beneficial for you. Unwind a bit more. Then picture, think, or feel your immediate environment. Wherever you are, the floor, the ceiling, or the walls. Imagine that you can actually feel yourself there. Take note of how you feel in that area. Get used to yourself, to the environment, and become familiar with the sounds there. Also, at any time within the ensuing hour, when sounds start, they won't bother or distract you. You, from your today's facilitated meditation. If you feel at ease and are accustomed to the sounds around you, begin to pay attention to the sound of your breathing. As you sleep, keep an eye on your inhales and exhales. Perhaps inhaling and exhaling from your nose, or in any other way that works for you at the time. Don't worry about doing it correctly or incorrectly. When practicing guided meditation, there is no right or wrong way to do it. So, have faith that everything will work out, and that this experience will turn out well. This is ideal for you. It happens frequently while guiding meditation. To occasionally flit in and out of hearing my voice. If that occurs, don't worry, you won't have to struggle to hear anything I say. Reiterate that there is no right or wrong way to complete this. Once you're prepared, just take a moment to feel the support for your body. And there might be several supports with various softnesses and textures. Just pay attention to every location where your body makes contact with a surface. Moment you're ready, take a deep breath in and hold it for just one count. And when you let your body to fully relax, I'll let the breath out. That assistance in your own time, and go on with simply a few breaths. Like that holding inhalation. Allowing yourself to sink further into the support underneath as you exhale. You observe how, and you might sense that you're relaxing even more with each breath. Into that foundational support under your body. Releasing some of the events of your day thus far. To allow yourself to enjoy this moment, giving this time to oneself. A reserve for you. Allow your breathing to resume its relaxed, natural pattern. Once you're prepared, setting up, and as your body falls into that support, let your bones to feel slightly heavier as you let your body settle. Think about your joints, feeling as you start to relax and settle. Visualize your muscles beginning to relax, and let go. As you become acutely aware of this moment, noticing various areas of your body could feel tighter or more tense than other regions, and determining whether you can do anything for yourself to relieve that strain. You might even slightly modify or shift yourself, or by taking a few deep breaths in those places as you begin to visualize feeling your body relax. Likewise, imagine that your ideas begin to felt somewhat farther away. Once you settle in, you start to feel a little more at ease, and you become more contemplative. Being kind to oneself if a conversational issue arises, or judgment, and attempt to just be aware of that occurring, observe that occurring, and showing kindness to others when conversing, knowing that you reserve this time, lovely words, both for you and now. We'll begin by talking about how the sankalpa cultivates or makes a sankalpa. A is a sankalpa, Sanskrit term meaning to resolve or to resolve. It's like something we decide to explore more deeply inside of ourselves, as though we were addressing the universe or the world as you perceive it, requesting something and anticipating receiving a response in return in our lives to us. My sankalpa is a succinct thought, a phrase, or simply a single word that you select, and by repetition, some culture or resolution begins to affect how things are done surrounding us. When something begins to have an intention into our universe, you came up with the term or phrase in this sentence to make a decision or an intention or a trait you'd like to see more of in the world. The only person is you. Possible to design your own sankalpa or resolution. Hence, permit yourself to rest here, realizing there is no right or wrong way to approach something. This is just your desire to bring about anything, an aim or a commitment. Enter your life right now. I'll walk you through the process, and you may keep a sankalpa for yourself, either for a single practice or frequently. If your intention or a sankalpa feels right for you, then you can store it for several days, weeks, months, or even years, until you're prepared to try another one. And there are no right or wrong ways to achieve this, so you can test out a few different approaches until you discover one that feels right for you. Consequently, the first element of a sankalpa is that the claim, present tense, is used to express a sentence or word. For example, as if it were happening right now. I'd prefer to say, I want to be happy in the future tense as opposed to, I'm content or, I feel joy. The second is that, like the universe in general, we desire to stay away from any downsides. Doesn't truly understand negatives, for instance. I won't be alarmed. Instead of removing the negative, it would be changed to, I'm at peace, for instance. Or, I am at ease, or I feel at ease. Making any necessary modest tweaks in your own time that you should. Give yourself a chance to breathe normally. Recognizing any thoughts that enter or leave your awareness. Let go of whatever criticism or worries you may have about having a son. I'm sorry, and I'm in this. Then, when you're prepared, allow a quality or aim to occupy your thoughts you'd like to welcome into your life. A yearning in the heart, causing your focus to drift your thoughts into the area of your heart. Imagine the softening of your heart and relieving stress. And after that, welcome a brief phrase or word. Your son has the trait you want him to have. Enlist them in your universe. You can experiment with some statements, putting all of one's attention into each particular statement. Here, spend your time honing your sankalpa. Your goal or intention once your statement is your son's fault, term or quality. We'll say it now. 3 times to yourself, either aloud or in silence. A pause after each syllable. Once you're prepared, here, fully inhale and then exhale. And begin reciting your sankalpa. 3 pauses between each syllable are used. Once you're done, just sit with your sankalpa, letting it enter your awareness, in your body and the world around you. You've made your own sankalpa now. This can be used often or just today. Sankalpa have been around for a while. Then, after you're prepared, complete inhale, full outhale. A couple more breaths were taken slowly and long after that. Begin to take note. Here, pay attention to the pattern of your breath and how it comes and departs. Allowing the inhale to begin just, the exhale to be slightly longer and deeper. Longer, allowing the breath to be more evenly distributed from the bottom to the top. And from the top of the breath to the bottom, paying attention to the pauses at the top of the breath. However much effort you're putting into the breath, allow that effort to dissolve until the breath seems almost effortless. Releasing any tension in your body that may have been there of the inhale, in the bottom of the exhale. Gathered together, we'll create a breath from here that reinforces your intention or your sankalpa. If the aim or quality was one of calmness, that is the characteristic you want to draw in. Then begin to focus your attention on the exhale. Consider your sankalpa because our relaxing reaction is caused by the exhale, as well as the trait you wish to introduce with that sun culture. And once again, if that meshes with a feeling of calm and peace, begin to focus your attention on your exhalation. If you want your goal or resolution to pull in, let that exhale totally fill your awareness. Start to focus on your inhale with a sensation of strength and enthusiasm. Imagine bringing that quality in. As you take a deep breath and maintain a calm, effortless breath without any forcing. Wherever you intend to put your attention, regardless of the resolution or quality, you are enticing equilibrium in. Then let both the inhale and the exhale to come into equal focus. And noticing every breath as you exhale. Additionally, if you're unsure what your determination invites in, then begin to breathe for the breath's quality. Whatever feels the easiest for you right now, anywhere you choose. You'll become more conscious of the breath cycle. The inhalation phase of breath is generating energy during exhalation, is letting go and settling more deeply. Observing a full breath would be a sign of equilibrium. So take a deep breath and relax here. That reflects your purpose and sankalpa. Or alternatively, I'll give you some time to take your preferred breath here. Just let the breath of your choice go away, letting your breathing be as natural and effortless as possible. Surrendering all purpose over the breath as you can. Observing the beat. Finding a comfortable breathing position. And we will continue from here. Increasing your goal or resolve, sankalpa. Think, feel, or perceive that you are in your personal woodland, one from your imagination, or one you are really familiar with. Or a picture, sense, or emotion. That, day or night, you are in your forest. And when you do, picture yourself in the situation you're in. Your woodland. Feel the trees nearby. If you imagine the trees there, you might even be able to see them. Observing the size of the trees nearby. Scent the atmosphere. Likewise, take note of the aromas in the air as you breathe it in. The sense that the trees produce themselves. The planet, or other flowers or plants. If there is any nearby water, you may even be able to smell it and select the ideal temperature for you. Here by yourself, in your forest. I'm at ease, and at ease here. Enabling yourself to experience serenity and tranquility in your forest. Perhaps you might hear a gentle breeze in the woods. You may hear bird music or the sound of the leaves rustling. Or animals, all of the water pouring. Very near. Look around at the hues and textures that are present and your woodland. As you gaze down, you may notice or feel something. Whether your feet are bare, wearing shoes or boots, or both imagining a sense or emotion. You're walking along a forest path. And as you begin to travel along the wooded path, it is laid out at your feet. And as you survey your surroundings, your body feels at ease. When walking the wooded path, when you are aware of yourself at all times, it is utterly at ease in your forest. Suddenly you start to hear the sound of water. As the sound of the water grows louder. Likewise, as you walk through the forest trail, as the water's sound increases in volume, you observe in the distance. Located from the trail is a wooden bridge. A large, durable, and broad wooden bridge. Like you would like it too. As the bridge crossed the rapidly moving water. expand as you cross the bridge to your side. Under the bridge, you can see the river babbling and bubbling over the rocks. As it quickly moves off in one direction. As you gaze over the bridge, it is sunny and clear. At the conclusion of the agricultural bridge, you observe. It feels distinctive. There appears to be a veil covering the other side of the woodland. Therefore, proceed to the bridge in your own time. And taking note of how solid it feels. You may even use one of the strong rails. Starting as you travel down the bridge. And it appears too. The atmosphere is becoming more still. Then, as you cross the bridge, the noises begin to fade. The chirping of birds and the murmur of the trees breeze become increasingly silent as you cross the bridge. Near the halfway point, you hear the sound of the water. Becomes quieter and stops halfway. On the bridge, scanning through and over. The actual bridge, descending to the lake. And although you can clearly see the ocean, the sound is muffled. Over the smooth pebbles and rocks below, people are dashing and running. Observing the sky, while looking up through the forest canopy. Your sky is the ideal one for the day. Here, I'm taking a few slow breaths. I'm not worried, just interested. You take a glance at the bridge's opposite end. It appears like the veil is still present on the forest's opposite side. Like if everything is blurry. And as you begin to move in that direction, it piques your curiosity. The bridge gently moving. And the sounds are quieter yet. You've never felt the air have such electricity in it. And it's thrilling. When you go closer to the bridge's edge, you observe that it resembles the surface somewhat. You can see through the water's tension in front of you to the forest. The thin layer that resembles water. And it is pulsing and moving. But by extending one hand, you can see the jungle through there. You will interact with a perplexing event in front of you. The object that resembles water and surface tension. Your fingers pass through it when you touch it with your hands, but it is not moist. It feels like I'm shoving your entire hand through. As though you could feel the electricity on the opposite side. Examining your fingers while pulling your hand back through to yourself, they're not altered or different, however there is a buzzing sensation at the tips of your fingers and the entire length of your hand. As a profound knowledge overtakes you. Such that, as you pass through. With this covering, you will enter a forest, where your purpose was, I'm sorry. Whatever it was you were welcoming into your existence is fully represented. Once you pass through this cloak, you'll enter a universe where you become that. Your kalpa, sun sensing and experiencing it. Absolutely, whenever you want. Reaching out with one hand in front of you at your own pace. Allowing your fingers and hand to pierce once more. Navigating the woodland to the opposite side. I can feel the energy moving through to the other side of that hand. And you begin to advance through in your own time and space. That curtain, and as you proceed, it feels like a gentle breeze brushing against your skin. And as you feel, as you get out the other side, your sankalpa resolution must be totally present in you. Whatever it was you decided to make a reality. Observing that the air quality is different and that you are different is your sun's embodiment of guilt. Feel it throughout your entire being, filling it. Each and every aspect of you totally embodies your intention. And commit to letting yourself to feel at ease here. Your energy and the energy surrounding you have changed. Since you fully embodied what you requested, the cosmos has responded by immediately making it manifest for you. A deep breath. Observe how you feel. Wholeheartedly accepting your sun's kalpa's outward manifestation. Identifying the exact sensation inside of you. Observing how it feels as it fully materializes in your thoughts. Observing how it feels when your sankalpa is fully realized inside of your heart, as your entire self appreciates embodying your determination and the intended. Spend some time here and apart, if you like, through the woodland, and have fun with your manifestation as you see fit of your son's culpability. And after we're done, I'll give you a call. Taking in these last few seconds, being aware that you can choose to, at any time. You can resume embodying your manifestation at any time. Culpa of your son. Keep in mind how it feels. You feel in your body, mind, and emotions. So in your spirit, the universe will expand the more you embody it. Will reflect it for you in daily life. Grow used to the sensations. Currently locate the bridge's terminus. Tension with that rippling water. Surface in your line of sight. Afterward, slipping one hand through when you're ready. And experiencing the surrounding wild forest on the other. And passing through that veil in your own time before you reach the bridge. Then, as you cross the bridge to the opposite side, the woodland begins to come to life with sounds. The breezes sound. Additionally, the animals, birds, and water get increasingly noisy as you cross the bridge and descend into the woodland. On the opposite side, taking a breath, and the aromas, letting the forest to disappear around you in your own time. Returning your focus to where you are in this situation, moment of rest. Feel the ground beneath you. Feel the space you're in or the area around you. The walls, the ceiling, and the floor. Observe your entire body. And putting a hand, or both, over your heart if desired, and repeat 3 times, out loud or in silence, your sankalpa, and keep in mind how that feels. 3 times at your leisure. Breathe in deeply, and let it out slowly and softly. Feel the ground underneath you and the stability provided by your body. Please feel free to remain as long as you like.